follow against Hardaway. Hardaway gets a screen from D. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. Hardaway has got his first 2 points.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Serafin. Rejected by D. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. Williams a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Serafin kicks to Aflalo. Misfires after coming off the pick. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Knicks out front, up by 15. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. The Hawks trail by 15. 4th quarter on the court for the Hawks. Scott is out there with Splitter. Then it's Thabo Sefolosha. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Teague in at the 2 guard.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball. Really.
Carmelo Quinn, he's checked in for New York. Derek Williams comes in for Langston Galloway. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. D, he's checked in for Splitter. Millsap comes in for Sefolosha. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Jeff Teague. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Williams kicks to Amundsen. Shoots from 14. Shots good by Anthony. And the Knicks lead by 17.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
That's an inexcusable mistake, guys. That's not the way to get back in the game.
And I don't know if anybody can tell you what he was thinking, because I certainly have no idea.
Now, here's Grant. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
We've seen so many performances like that over the course of Carmelo Anthony's career that we've gotten spoiled. But we shouldn't fail to appreciate what he has been able to do tonight. He was spectacular. When he doesn't try to do too much, Carmelo Anthony is absolutely lethal. And he had it going tonight.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Bad pandemonium, but folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, it's stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy, because he's dope?
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk? by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints, and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. So you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him, and it damn sure wasn't me. Hey. Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hotties ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome. We always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a '67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a '67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a '67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm gonna be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck. And now, he's the 6th man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's gonna affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's gonna affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's gonna affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go. Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the US of A, the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Times unforgettable, boosters in abundance, buy half-price sweater new. Your word was everything, so everything you said you do, you did it. Couldn't talk about it if you ain't living. I'm from
We got Kevin Durant up next. And you know he'll come to play. I love his versatility, but that makes shutting him down next to impossible. Coach gave us a full breakdown of what to expect. We watched plenty of film, but sometimes you just gotta throw all that out the window and settle things on the court. And I'm ready. Bring it, KD.
The high rises of the Oklahoma City Business District gleaming in the early evening light. Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Thunder at the peak at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. So for the Thunder, their last game, a loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. And a very close one there, too. The buzzer sounded. They were only down by 1 bucket.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Atlanta, Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center, and it's Cephalosha in at the small forward.
And for Russell Westbrook, a heroic effort last season, but not necessarily an efficient one. He averaged 28 points a game, which led the league, but shot a 5-year low of 43% to get those points. And he led the league in turnover average, but that's also because he's got such a high volume usage now with all the injuries.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Waiters dishes to Cantor. Now the feed to Westbrook. Cantor sets the pick for Westbrook. The shot, no good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid. You look at Kevin Durant, and he does have a bit of an unusual body type. Still is fairly thin, even after 8 years in the league. Yet, up until last season, he'd been one of the more durable players in the league. Kind of like Reggie Miller in that regard.
That's good from Durant. Talking about Durant's physical makeup, some scouts were actually worried about his athleticism when he declared for the draft after just 1 year at Texas. At the NBA Combine, Greg, you were talking about this. He posted some of the worst numbers of all the top prospects.
He did, but I tell you what, he did blow people away with his length. 6'10", with a 7-foot 5-inch arm span. I mean, that makes up for a whole lot in this league. And as we've seen throughout his Hall of Fame career, I think it's worked out pretty nice.
I think it has too. Really left alone that time. Westbrook's got his... Steven Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. McGarry comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Dion Waiters. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Now here's Hardaway. He had 13 points in the win against the Mavericks in Dallas. Back to Scott. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. McGarry's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, nice tip in to salvage the points from the missed shot. And made it work.
It did, yeah. And those second chance points, Clark, they do add up.
Yes, sir.
They do. And, guys, that's the last line of your defense there. Everything else was good, but you have to finish it off with possession.
They get it again. Battles through traffic and lays it in. McGarry's got 6 points.
I tell you what, they've struggled shooting the basketball on this run, but they're getting a lot of second chance points to make up for it.
Yeah, and you know, you don't need to hit all your shots when you can rebound the way they have.
The kick out to Scott. Pass to Schroeder. To stop the drought, and he gets the bucket. Schroeder's got his first 2 points.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
For 3, Durant. And it's Freak with the rebound.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Scott, good.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
The Thunder with the lead. Here's Augustine. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside Durant. That's in. Augustine with the assist.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Thunder lead by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player. Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case in the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for
That'll do it for the first half. Hawks.
Okay.
All right, guys, focus on me. We got them where we want them, and we can quiet these fans down even more if we pay attention to a couple of key things. First of all, a big nod to how well we've taken care of the basketball. We're not taking any unnecessary chances, and that's meant very few turnovers. I'll say this for us, though. Our shot selection has been terrific. We haven't forced things, and the shots are dropping for us because of that patience. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. There's no reason the lead shouldn't be even bigger right now. And I'm counting on you guys to make sure that it gets bigger, and soon.
And now the third quarter about to get going. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Thunder trailing by 7. It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And even though the Thunder missed the playoffs, the Chesapeake Energy Arena was as loud as ever. Really helps when you are the show in a city.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3 slot. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Yes,